I have a story time for you guys, so let's do my makeup while I share what I witnessed this morning. Dunkin' Donuts is one of my favorite places to grab coffee in the morning just because I really enjoy their coffee. And if you're curious, my coffee order is a medium iced latte with 1 pump of mocha. So normally my Dunkin' Donuts is pretty empty, but today they were super busy. So I decided to park and get off because there was at least 7 cars in line. I was not in a hurry, so I didn't mind getting off, but there were 2 people ahead of me when I walked into the store. And like I said, they had about 7 cars in line, so they were very busy. The guy who was at the register, he was asking if they were going to get any more donuts because they were pretty out of a lot of donuts already. It was around 9 o'clock, mind you, and they open at 4:30 a.m. And the boy who was working, he looked about 16, 17. He said, you know what, we only make so many of certain donuts because, you know, kind of like popular demand, whatever sells the most, those are the ones we kind of make the most in batches. And the man was really upset because the one that he wanted, they were completely out of. So the worker was very respectful. He said, unfortunately, that is a very popular donut and they kind of sell by the dozen. Keep in mind, it is Friday. A lot of people go and get donuts. You know, it's Friday, a nice way to end the week. They've been open since 4:30. It's 9 o'clock. I mean, it's not unusual for them to be sold out of a donut already. So the customer was super angry at this point. He was pissed off. He was like, you guys are a donut shop. You're out of stock of everything I want. And the boy, who was clearly just trying to make him happy, was offering him any and everything, and the man was just not having it. The man ends up leaving with just his coffee and no donuts, and goes on to tell the boy that he was unprepared and he was not a good employee and he was this and he was that. And the boy was like, I'm so sorry, you know, hopefully next time we can do a better job. And the man just was grilling him. And honestly, it's not his fault. This young worker doesn't make the rules. You really think that it's okay to blame a young kid for a company policy? It's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. All while this was happening, across the way at the pickup, there was a man waiting for his order, and he starts yelling at the boy behind the counter because he's like, I've been here for 5 minutes and nobody's called my order. You guys have now made me late to work. I'm sorry, but if you knew you only had 5 minutes, you made yourself late to work. It's not their fault. And keep in mind, there's only 3 workers, 1 doing in-person, 1 doing car orders, and 1 making everything. They gave him his order, but he was still yelling at them the whole way out. These poor kids were stressed, but they handled it like champs. Moral of the story, be nice to service workers. They're just out here trying to make an honest living.